All right, now that you have written your first draft of the paper, you should go back and read your first draft and look for any improvements and changes you can make to your paper. You want to look for these things. We give you this checklist. These are things you can focus on and look for when you go back to make improvements to your paper. So you want to make sure that you include really good supporting details. Make sure that you include examples from the sources in our class. So these sources that we list here, you want to make sure that you use those to support what you are saying, the ideas that you're explaining in your paper. Okay, make sure that you use quotes from these sources and use quote sandwiches. We learned how to do that this week. Again, check each paragraph. Make sure each paragraph has a topic sentence, supporting details, and a concluding sentence. Okay, make sure each paragraph only focuses on the topic that it should be about. Okay, if there are any ideas in there that do not support what this topic should be about, you need to take those out so that your paragraph is clear and focused. Okay, use MLA format. You can review the videos that were in the module. Make sure your MLA format is correct. You can also meet with me. You can meet with our classroom assistant, Louise, to make sure that you have correct MLA format. Okay, remember your paper should be your own work. Nothing in this paper should be copied from the internet or from somebody else's paper. I want to hear your own thoughts and ideas, and I am not expecting you to use any language that is more advanced than your own level. So I want to hear what you think, your own thoughts and ideas, and I want to hear it in your own um, abilities, your own writing. Okay, so no copying, not even one sentence can be copied. All right, if you're using quotes, that's okay, but you cannot write it as if it is your own thoughts and your own writing. Um, Remember that I'm not expecting your grammar to be perfect, but make sure and go back and review your paper, read over it to make sure there's no spelling mistakes. Make sure that you catch any vocabulary or word forms that you can correct and any grammar that you can correct. Okay, this is the rubric. And that is just a fancy word to say this is how you're going to be graded. The guidelines for grading. This is how I will grade your paper. It's also called criteria or guidelines for grading. So look at this criteria that you need to succeed. This is the rubric that outlines the criteria for your success. Before you submit your paper, you should read this and make sure that you have everything in your paper that you should have to get full points. Okay, so you need to have 3 paragraphs. This paper should be in MLA format. Each paragraph should have a topic sentence and concluding sentence. This part is about your paragraph and that each paragraph is on the topic that is stated in the directions and that you use class materials in each of these paragraphs. Okay, this is where you get points for using quote sandwiches. All right, and also having clear language. Okay, I am really looking forward to reading your papers.